Hey, good morning, 10th grade. So I'm making this video super early in the morning before I take off and take my son down to the U of M and drop him off on campus today. I'm hoping that this lesson makes sense. It's going to be the same for in-person learners and distant learners, so green and gold kids are doing the same thing for today. I don't have a live Zoom session. I won't be available today, so I would suggest emailing or commenting to one another on the discussion or on the assignment to see if you have any kind of confusion. I'll be back tomorrow though. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. So today you're going to be doing some pre-reading questions based on the Copper Sun, and I actually had you do some research in a previous lesson. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Schoology. The assignment is called the pre-reading research questions. And it's going to ask you to make it, so when you click on it, it's going to ask you to make a copy. And it's going to look like this. Oh, nope, not that one. I apologize. This is the one you're looking for. So it's going to say, it's that same link. I just clicked the wrong link. So the questions are, I just want to briefly kind of go through a few of them. The first one is after watching that video between President Obama and Anderson Cooper, and I linked it there, and it's about an 8-minute video. What was your reaction to Obama comparing the slave trade to the Holocaust? So being sort of specific with that part of the interview. In addition, if you have any kind of basic reaction and what the connection do you think is for the Copper Sun novel that we've just received. I'm looking for a minimum of a short paragraph for that. The second one is just a student's reaction about slavery, and I've had similar discussions like this. Agree or disagree, there's no right or wrong, but then be able to explain the why and what you would say to that student if you could have a conversation with that person. Again, a paragraph minimum. This is about systematic racism. So the Emancipation Proclamation ended slavery, but did it end discrimination and or systematic racism? So share and explain your opinion. And it's not a simple yes or no on that one. It's going to be kind of complicated, and it's okay to be raw, and I will keep your information private. And the last question has to do with the research that you had done with the history, that link that I had provided, and I inserted it again here. So I would like to know the important, like the key findings you had that were new or interesting, shocking. Not so much the basics of what you had already known, but the new stuff. And if you went beyond this website, any additional sources that you might have used. And I definitely want a list of questions you still have on this topic. It is such a complex topic. It is wide, it's vast, it's sensitive, for lack of a better term. But just, again, your information will be kept private. So those are the 4 key questions on the pre-reading. When you submit your work, would you please upload your work twice? Once as a PDF. That is easier for me to grade on my iPad because then I can annotate right on your typing. Also, though, I would like a live link in case I want to go back and look at things and watch it as a live slideshow with your, when you're inserting your links. So I definitely want 2 submissions for this one assignment. And it's called Copper Sun Pre-Reading. Let me show you that I've added a Copper Sun folder in my materials. And it's at the top when you're finding things. One is called Assignments, and that's where this assignment is embedded. And then I also included the novel that has a PDF version and an audiobook. After you finish those 4 questions, you're going to be reading chapters 1 and 2 of the book for tomorrow's class period. This is a digital version of the Copper Sun, like a PDF, so if ever you don't have your book with you, if you left it at school, if it's at dad's house, that sort of thing, there is a PDF version. And then there's an online version as well. The interesting, as I have it uploaded by parts, so like chapter 1 and 2 is going to be just the first part of audio, part 1. So when you're listening to it, if you're going to use the audio version, you might want to write down the time as to when each chapter finishes. That way you know when you go back where you need to start it from. I don't think there's a way where it'll save your progress, but you folks are better with technology than I am. So just to recap, you're doing the pre-reading questions, you're doing those responses, make sure they're at least a paragraph long. This assignment is due Tuesday evening, not Wednesday. So just to recap, and I think I already started, I apologize, but the slideshow is due Tuesday evening. Once you're done with those questions, please read chapters 1 and 2 of the novel. That's roughly 22 pages by Wednesday. And I'm not 100% sure what Wednesday's class is going to look like. I know everyone is distant learning for 10th grade. I'm still working it out in my head. One last thing is, if you finish this early and it doesn't take the full hour, please go back and keep studying your lit terms for 10, those 84 terms for 10A. All right, thank you. Have a great day.